I flew into London with a short internship and two ambitions: to work with talented creatives and debate philosophy. Plus, I was listening to the Streets and the Stones, and just London's brand sounded cool. So, to the right of the cheap booze bottle, it's my first room. My body was longer than the bed, but I was 25 and everything seemed possible. So my internship began here with the Lord Mayor's scriptwriting team, and I learned up close that powerful presentations are usually improved with a diverse team. At Guildhall, I learned that the media hates photos of men in gray suits shaking hands. I got a PR agency job, but quit later in the year because my brain couldn't handle 9 clients a week. I came back here when the head of media, Greg, gave me my first freelance gig, kicking off the @City of London Twitter. When I started freelancing, I worked remotely at a Soho cafes, client offices, my room, and to expand my network, I started speaking at conferences. After a year of freelancing, I rented an office wing with my mate Sam here in Shoreditch, the advertising part of town. We started to collaborate on work together, plus it was a lot more fun. We moved to this old BBC radio office. It's pre-renovation and largely unmanaged, but a brilliant place to riff at a time when a remote would have slowed us down. We partnered for a few years, working with independent creatives and just going through the highs and the lows. During a business slow, I was grateful to spend the winter on Sam's family's boat, which used to be moored behind me. It was the worst snowfall in 30 years in Britain, so I'd load up the coal fire, watch the swans, and hunch over for a tepid shower in the morning. Then we got an office just south of the Thames. And here we started operating as a 4-person team with external creatives, and I started dabbling with business vlogs in the back. Reflecting on what I wanted to specialize in, I left the partnership and published a book on everything I learned about branding and marketing. And that's when I narrowed my focus to rebranding. I was invited to join a consultancy and think tank, and I spent the next few years in this building, splitting my time between my clients and theirs. Christine, the co-founder, opened my eyes to an agency alternative, a collective with a flat structure. Now, up till then, my only experience on working large accounts was as a newbie in LA and New York agencies. But here, a dozen specialists could effectively work together on really big projects without a boss. Her business partner, the late Robert Phillips, was a challenging but brilliant communicator. And he taught me in many ways that my job as the consultant was to surface the truth, especially if it was delicate or existential. Then the pandemic hits and I go fully remote like everyone else. Again, the team dynamic switches up. Welcome to Twickenham. This is my hood, 30 minutes out of the center of London. So I became a parent, put an office in the backyard, and just stepped up on how I communicate using video. I'm still in central London, a few times a month, meeting clients and colleagues, but usually I'm working out of my backyard, meeting at one of my favorite local pubs, or occasionally flying to clients. A big thank you to everyone in this video. Even if we don't keep in touch, you've all taught me the importance of compatible values. For me, curious people charge me up. Energy comes first. Direct feedback loops and debate are everything for the creative act, so no energy vampires. I only have so much RAM, so I stick to a 3-client limit. It's crucial I understand the business and have bandwidth for deep conversation. I also think AI is just not going to be kind to creatives who aren't ready to go to war with ideas. It's going to be a storyteller's world. This is going to primarily be a remote model, but I also firmly believe being 100% remote isn't good for most people. If you want to see the independent collective, go to ada.studio. I appreciate your attention.